Hi guys, happy Easter. Happy Easter, everybody. So, I'm just going for a ride, and the flowers are trees are starting to bloom. This street is really pretty in the spring. So I guess you gotta kind of go out and find the beauty in things while we're all going through this madness. But I plan on having as best of Easter as I can have today. I'm gonna have dinner with my mom and dad, and I don't know what, I think we're having like lamb chops and maybe raviolis or something like that. And a ham too, like a honey baked ham. It's like a ham that goes in the oven. So that's what we're doing today. It's beautiful, beautiful out. It seems like, so my room at the house, no one's been in it for like a year and a half, and no one's really cleaned it either. So it's a little dusty. I haven't had a chance to clean it. So last night I put the heat on. It seems like when I put the heat on, the dust comes out of the heater. It's an electric heat. So the dust gets in those little baseboards, and I can smell the heat coming out of it. I mean, the dust coming out of it. And so I sleep with the heat on. The dust gets more in the air, and it affects me a little bit more. I really think that's what it's from. Anyways, we had a good conversation last night with everybody. That was fun. Lynn is going to the doctor's tomorrow because she's still bleeding, and I think she might have a urinary tract infection at this point. So it just never kind of ends. It's always something. She's been bleeding now since she had her procedure, which was, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. It's awful. But I remember after she had Thea, she was bleeding on and off for almost a whole year. I mean, at one point she saw a hematologist because her blood counts were way off, you know. But she ended up, bouncing back, but it took her a whole year. She's so sensitive, her body. I really don't know if we're gonna be able to try and have another baby. She's really scared at this point to go through this all again, and then have another miscarriage. I just don't think emotionally she could handle it. So she has to go see her gynecologist tomorrow. She's a little nervous because she doesn't want to be stuck in the hospital. We don't have a nanny anymore. We just have Kyla and Lynn's brother. And Lynn's brother, he's getting restless. He wants to go home. And that's really making me worried because Lynn will be alone with just her and Kyla and the baby. So we got some tough decisions to make. We're in kind of a pickle. And Lynn has a big farm up in the mountains, and her family has basically taken it over. They built like some type of shelter on there, and they've been living there and sleeping there on her farm because it's kind of secluded and away from everybody else. And so I think Lynn's dying to go up there and spend time with them. I'm just worried about her traveling right now and going to the mountains. I mean, that's why her family is camping out in her property, because they don't want to be near other people. This is my little spot where I go and I climb up and down the stairs, and it's very peaceful here. Usually it's so crowded in here. Everyone keeps coming in here to go do their walking. But where I go, there's usually no people. And if there is, I kind of wait until they go away. So it's Easter Sunday. Probably going to be the most memorable Easter Sunday of my lifetime. But for some reason, mine always seems to get blocked. This is an old place, an old cemetery. There are gravestones here from like the 1700s. So I just go here, come up here, and I park. And then I will go over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't know if there's anybody here. But this is my spot. Nice and peaceful. So, Sammy and his helper. Well, the guy, the guy that did the driveway, he's working on the fence now. So they're getting the metal frame together, and then after they put the frame up, they'll bring the frame to the house, and they'll start putting on the boards. So I think in about a week or so, we'll have a gate. We really need a gate. There's dogs in the property every night. And, you know, you're not going to keep people out if they really, really want to get in. But at least they can't walk right through the door. Makes it a little bit more... makes it a little bit more difficult for them. So here we go. A lot of stairs. These are all headstones. I think these are let's see. I think these are all veterans. This says Robert Emmett Fitzgerald, Massachusetts. Yeah, Private OM Corporal, October 18, 1918. Wow. So these graves are all veterans from 1918. I don't know my history that well, but maybe that's World War I. I don't know. But 1918 was a long time ago, right? So I didn't go all the way down because somebody was walking by. Try not to get in their path of their airflow. But it's almost impossible in this day and age to go outside and not bump into another human being. I mean, I read somewhere online that there was a young boy in the Amazon that got the coronavirus. I hope they end up paying some type of price for this. So I just finished up my routine here. Gotten some exercise up and down those rocky steps. And you know, if I see someone going up and down there, you know, I don't bother them. You know, I don't go running in and out of them. You know, I give them their space and I go somewhere else. But no one can ever repay you that favor. You know, I go there and they see me walking up and down the stairs, but they all have to crowd you and come into your space. And right now, you know, everyone's supposed to keep their distance. I don't know. People can be so selfish sometimes. So, Easter in New England. There's a look. Far cry from the Philippines. So it's Easter time, and I just want to say to Lynn and Kyla there that I miss you very much. I love you girls. You know, it's really hard to be, it's hard enough to be far away from them, but it's even harder when you don't know when you can get back to see them. Like, I don't know, there's so many unknowns. You know, when will they open up travel again? How will I get back? You know, when is this all gonna end, if it ever is gonna end? You know, sad. I think it's sad to say that I think we're gonna be living with this virus for a long time, years to come. It's awful. They could have, I think that I think the Chinese knew the seriousness of this problem, and obviously they hid it from everybody. And look at the whole world. How can a virus that originated in one town in China infect the entire globe? The entire globe. Jesus Christ. Shouldn't say that on Easter Sunday. So here we are. We're taking a ride on Easter Sunday. You can see everybody's out. Nobody's wearing any masks. Oh, that guy was wearing a mask, I should say. Most of the stores are closed. The lottery store is closed. Oh, the convenience store is open. That's the lotto store right there. Poor Lynn, you know, she's on her last nerve over there in the Philippines because I'm not there, you know. She don't have anybody. She doesn't really have any support. You know, her family is in another town, almost 2 hours away. I feel awful. But you know, I had to get back here. The plan was only to be here for a month and then get right back. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I try to replay everything in my mind when I left, why I left, and how could I have not known that this was going to happen? I don't know. Why didn't I foresee this? Anyways, it's in the past. Nothing you can do now. I'm gonna take a ride over here to the Mystic Lakes. I want to see if there's any herring in their river run. It's usually fun to watch, but I can tell you right now, there's nothing there because there's no birds. When the herring start running, the cormorants and the seagulls are everywhere. So that's how I know they're not in the run yet. I spent most of my childhood over here. Catching these herring. Can't do it anymore. It's all protected. It's a shame that you can't do more than half of the things that you did as a kid. You can't do them today. I'm not even going to get out of the car because there's too many people here. People really don't want to wear masks. So these people here with their big, huge cameras, and they're looking for the bald eagle and the ospreys. Like you see over here, this is a lake, right? And then behind me there's another lake, but there's this dam that separates the two lakes. And then what happens is over there is like an opening that goes to a river, and that river goes all the way to Boston Harbor. And then the herring will come all the way up in here, and they'll get right up into the dam, and there's a waterfall over there, and they jump into that waterfall, and that waterfall puts them on the other side. And so the lake behind me is for spawning. I see somebody fishing down there. They won't catch anything here. Not this time of the year. There is a lake in another town that's actually for a drinking water supply, but I've always snuck in there and fished there as a kid because it's pristine, and you know, it's really good fishing, even though you're not supposed to. But this time of year they have huge pike in there. They got enormous pike in that lake. Not many people know about it. But this time of the year you can catch enormous pike if you just know where to go. This lake is mostly bass. I think it has some trout in it, but you really have to know how to catch the trout in a lake. It's very different than catching a trout in a brook or a stream. It's a different way. So this is my Easter edition. All the tulips are starting to come out. People look at you funny with the camera going. But there's the lake. This lake is pretty historical. You know, it was here during the Indian days. The Indians used to use this lake. This area has a lot of history. Look at all the people. I don't know how they're ever going to stop the spread of this virus when the people are always bumping into each other. But it's Easter. Let's all say a prayer. My thoughts go out to my wife and my daughters, my mom and dad, my sister and her kids. So enjoy your Easter, everybody, and you know, we'll keep in touch. We're doing the best we can. There's not a lot of good content to be had right now, and Lynn's very self-conscious. She don't really like making videos by herself. Because if she don't get good views, then she thinks people don't like her. So she really doesn't want to make videos. I almost, you know, have to kind of force her. So maybe you guys can comment below, give her some encouragement to make some videos. And I will see you guys soon. Hopefully I'll be back in the Philippines soon. And hopefully by this time next year, Lynn and the girls will be with me here in the USA for a little while. That's the plan. Come back here for a little while. Happy Easter. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, everyone. Take good care of yourselves.